rudrō bahuśirā babhrurviśvayōniḥ śuchiśravāḥ amṛtaḥ śāśvatasthāṇurvarārōhō mahātapāḥ.
Rudra. So Rudra, here we have the Trinity Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara we say. But Maheshwara, normally we Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. If Brahma is in charge of Srishti, creation, Vishnu is in charge of Sthiti, Paripalana, looking after, nurturing and nourishing. Whatever is created has to be looked after, even at our level. And then Layakaraka will always be there because we are in a space-time world. Everything that gets created in the space-time world, things or beings, they survive for some time, and after that there is wear and tear, decay, disease, etc., etc. And one day Laya has to happen to them. Laya is dissolution. Dissolution is a better word than destruction. That's a Laya over there. Samhara is not used over there. Laya, Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. We normally don't say Srishti, Sthiti, Samhara. Samhara is destruction. What we know of as a destruction, killing, destroying. But Laya is dissolution. Dissolution means what? Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya. Name, form, qualities and activities all go back. So from unmanifest, when something comes into manifest, it will have all these four. It will have a Rupa form. It will have, therefore form is there, we have to name it. Namakarana, name will be there. Some qualities will be there, whether it is a thing or a being. Any substance, vastu, gross or subtle, will have qualities. And then of course there will be some activities around and about it. Use its purpose, etc. So when unmanifest becomes manifest, we call it creation. It will have Nama, Rupa, Guna, Kriya. When manifestation goes back to unmanifestation, we call it as a Laya. So in Laya, all these four dissolve away. They go back into unmanifest state. So there should be somebody looking after that also. If somebody is in charge, it's an office or a status over there. Bhagavan is one. So when he is looking after creation, he is called as Brahma. And for creation, we need knowledge. Therefore, he is wedded to Saraswati. Shakti it is. We shouldn't look at them like how we look at a husband and wife pair. Shakti is a Shakta, she is Shakti. Then for Paripalana or Sthiti, to look after, Bhagavan needs assets. Therefore Vishnu, he is associated with Lakshmi. And then when it comes, therefore Srishti is there, Sthiti is there, Laya has to happen. Destruction has to happen. Dissolution has to happen. There has to be somebody in charge of that also. Who is in charge? We call him Ishvara, Maheshwara. Rudra is the word over there. Rodana. One who brings destruction or Laya is not easy for us to take in. We feel the pain, we feel the grief, we feel sorrow over there. For how long? Doesn't matter. We won't go into it. But yes, any change happens. And destruction or Laya means change. Some change is happening. When some change happens, it's difficult for us to adjust. Why? We are all inertia. From offline to go to online, we cried and cried and cried and cribbed. Now from online back to offline is more terrible now. Because we all got stuck with online. We are very, very happy in our houses, doing whatever we want. And then we can have all our classes. Children can have their classes, etc. Now again, offline means going out. So change is very painful for all of us. So therefore he is called as, so the principle of destruction or the principle of dissolution is called as Rudra. Varieties of dissolutions are there. Laya, variety. That grand final dissolution of all the worlds is called as Pralaya. Prakarshena Laya it is called. We also go every day into Laya. The moment we feel sleepy and we go off to sleep, where is our world of things and beings? Where are our people? Where is our home? We have completely disengaged ourselves from all that. There is no mind in deep sleep. There is no body, there is no mind, there is no intellect, there is no activity, there is no world of things and beings, inner world or outer world. So tiny little laya is happening to us every day when we go off to sleep. Who is doing it? Principle of dissolution is working in us. Without Rudra's grace, we won't even be able to sleep. And without Brahma's grace, tomorrow morning we won't be able to get up. Creation of our own. We get up and then we create. We spread out or we fan out our inner world first inside of us, and that subtle inner world gets extended and becomes our gross external world of things and being. Then we venture into it, which we call as our life's transactions. So Rudra. So there are supposed to be 11 types of 11 Rudras. One Bhagavan functioning in different way, which means there are different aspects of dissolution or different modes of destruction over there. Each mode of destruction is presided by one Rudra over there. And every Rudra has got Ekadasha Rudra. 11 Rudras are there. Each one of them has got names. One of them is Shambhu Shankara. We've already gone through that word over there. In the Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Bhagavan says, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. Amongst the Rudras, hey Arjuna, I am Shankara. He says, Shankara means what? Sham karoti iti Shankara. Kara means to do. Sham means good. So Sham karoti, one who does good to us. One who does good to us by dissolution or by destruction is called Shankara. So when it comes to Bhagavan, there is never a destructive destruction. All destruction is constructive. We can say, oh, earthquake came, volcano happened, landslide happened, now the floods which are going on everywhere, whole of West Coast floods, it's tragic for us. But from the highest perspective, that destruction was needed, dissolution was needed. Now why, how can it be explained out? We have to meet the Lord for Him to explain to us. That's why when it comes to His Sankalpa, no questions asked. Whatever is there, what we have to do, that's all. In the given situation, in that time, what we can do to save people, to help people. We do whatever we are supposed to be doing. But we can't question nature at all. We can't control nature ever at all. We only say, I will control her, dictate her, I will make her do this, we can't make nature do anything. Ultimately, she is the one who does everything. So therefore, all of destruction that we see is not destructive destruction at all. Bhagavan's destruction is constructive destruction. That is why even that principle of constructive destruction has been deified. Otherwise, we wouldn't have deified. Then who does destructive destruction? We all people. Whatever destruction we do is for destruction only. Human beings. We shouldn't be doing it, but yet there we are doing it. Bhagavan never does it. Oh, poor seed was there, it got destroyed, but the sapling is there, the sprout is there. The sprout got destroyed, small little plant came up, plant has come up, therefore the sapling got destroyed. It's like that. The bud got destroyed, but there is a beautiful flower opened up for us. Such beautiful flowers. What happened to them? They got destroyed. Fruit is there for us. The fruit got destroyed, but the seeds are there for us. This is called as principle of constructive destruction. Yesterday died. Bhagavan destroyed yesterday. Why? Today had to be born for us. Can we imagine the same day through and through and through? Be unimaginable. Breakfast had to be destroyed. So principle of destruction is also functioning in us as Jataragni, digestive fire in us. We call it Vaishvanara. If His grace is not there in us, we won't be able to digest the food that we have eaten. Problems for us. Lunch has already been destroyed, dissolved away. Our stomachs are empty now, ready to eat something. See, in that way, constructive destruction. So there are 11, and amongst 11, Bhagavan chooses this beautiful one of the name because Sham comes over there. Sham means Shubhatva, Mangalatva, Kalyanatva over there. Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. He has to work in us and destroy our ignorance. Otherwise, no knowledge for us. He has to sit inside us and destroy the doubt in us. Then we say, that's why we say, oh, my doubt got cleared. If he is not there in us to destroy the doubt, to dissolve away the doubt in us, doubt will sit in us, irrespective of how much ever the teacher is trying to teach us. So, very, very positive way of looking at distraction over there. It's called constructive distraction. The word uses laya. Who is in charge of it? Office bearer, Rudra. 11 of them, depending on the modes of different ways of bringing in this constructive distraction. So Bhagavan says, I am Rudra. And among Rudras, he says, I am Shankara. Bahuśirā. Bahu means many. Shira means head. In the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, we have this Vishwarupa Darshana. It says, Aneka Shira. I have many, many heads. I have many, many eyes. I have many ears. I have many mouths. I have many stomachs. I have many shoulders. I have many feet. Bhagavan says over there. So if we try to, paint a picture over there, it won't look nice at all. How can we have a person in our image having so many heads, so many eyes, so many ears, so many mouths, so many hands, shoulders, so many stomachs? It look ugly. Beauty is gone over there. So there we should not go into the padartha, word meaning. We have to go into the significance of what it suggests over here. Many heads means, in all heads I alone function. That's what Bhagavan means over there. In the head, what is there? Our intellect is there. Buddhi is there. Buddhir buddhimatam asmi. Krishna says in the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. I am the intelligence in the intellect. In whose, not only in our scientists, not only in the Mahatmas, in the sages, saints, gurus. I am the intelligence in every intellect. All of us have some talent. All of us are intelligent in some way or the other. That's why we should never put down anybody. Even if she or he doesn't go to school. For us, intelligence means going to college, formal education. But education is not only going to a college and getting degrees over there. Education is something beyond that also. So therefore, that intelligence which is there in all intellects put together. So 10 of us are there, 10 intellects. Take out all the intelligence from that Bhagavan. If we are not 10, we are not 100, we are infinite in number. Not only we. The plant kingdom has got its intelligence. The animal kingdom has got its intelligence. Human beings, divine beings, semi-divine beings, Rakshasa, they also have their own intelligence. All intellects put together. And in them, all intelligence over there. Bhagavan says, I am that. How to indicate it to us? He says, Bahuśirā. Even a CEO of a company will say, I have so many hands. I have taken so many hands. I am working through so many hands. If he is working through so many hands, if we look at him, he'll have only 2 hands. I am working through so many hands means he has employed so many people. So when they are working, it is as good as he is working through them. It's borrowed. So that's what it means over here, Bahuśirā. Bahudhara, Bhagavan says, so many stomachs he's got. He doesn't have so many stomachs. The best story, incident over here is Krishna going, when Durvasa goes with his disciples to the Pandavas who are there in the forest, because they got Akshaya Patra with them. So Duryodhana sends the Durvasa Muni over there, so that the Pandavas will not be able to play a good host to the Muni and his disciples, and then the Rishi will give him a curse, and to his advantage, to Duryodhana's advantage. So he sends them all. He sends them at such a time then when Draupadi has finished eating. And the Akshaya Patra is a patra which will yield food to any number of people, any quantity, any variety, till Draupadi finishes off her food. That also there is a very beautiful suggestive meaning behind it. But we can't enter into that story. So they come late in the day, when she has just finished her food. And Durvasa comes with 100 or 100 plus Shishya, all hungry. Yudhishthira receives them, says, please take a bath in the river and come, food will be ready. He tells Draupadi, now you ask the Akshaya Patra to give food. She says, no, for today it's closed, chapter closed. Only next morning, because I finished my food. Now one morsel of food will not get generated in the Akshaya Patra. What to do? Pahimam, Trahimam, Krishna. So she calls out to him. Krishna comes and he says, why did you call me? I was hungry, I was about to have my food and you have called me. Now I want food, give me. She says, you are joking with me, Krishna. I called you here because I am in Sankat and now you also want to put me into Sankat. He says, I don't want all your, afterwards we'll sit and talk leisurely, but give me food. She says, no food for anybody, Krishna. You do not know, Durvasa has come with his disciples and I finished my food for the day. And you are coming now and I want you to solve my problem. You are adding to it. You want food. From where will I get food? He says, I don't want all those stories. Bring the Akshaya Patra. She brings it. In that Akshaya Patra, one small little piece of soppu, we say, greens was sticking to it. Some food particle was sticking to it. She didn't clean it properly that day. He takes that once, maybe a grain of rice or maybe a piece of small vegetable, something, greens. And he puts it in. See, this much will do. How can that much do for anybody? It won't do for even a kid, a baby. But he said that much will do. So these are all lessons for us to sit down and do our manana. When Krishna said this much will do, what did he mean? Because if we tell the story to the children, they will ask, how can Krishna be satisfied with this much, with one grain? Even I can't be satisfied with that grain. So he takes it, puts it in his mouth, and we are told he lets out a loud belch, and he says, I am satisfied. The moment he was satisfied, Durvasa and his disciples were all satisfied. So if Bhagavan's stomach is satisfied, over there, 100 plus stomachs are satisfied. That is the meaning when Bhagavan says, Aneka udara. All stomachs are mine. So when my stomach is hungry, everybody is hungry. When my stomach is full, all stomachs are full. See the identification. We also identify with our own children. When they are hungry, we feel the hunger, pangs of hunger. Why? We identify with the 2 children or the 3 children and their stomachs. They are hungry, therefore I am hungry. Or 10 people in the family. We have not cooked till now, for whatever reason. All of them are hungry. We feel the hunger of 10 of them. So 10 stomachs we identify with. It's all a question of identification. Bahuśirā. So we can extend this analogy to all parts of Bhagavan. Here he says, bahuśirā. I have one with many heads. Means all intelligence, in all intellects is Bhagavan. So whatever we are doing with our intelligence, each one of us, we are doing, performing very beautifully inside the house, outside the house, in our work area, whatever it is, that intelligence which we are using in our small fields of activity, inside the house or outside the house. And then we can get success comes to us, praise comes to us, people glorify us, compliments come to us, whatever it is. That intelligence which we have exercised, because of which we are whatever we are today, is Bhagavan. He doesn't even say, I gave you intelligence. He says, I am the intelligence. There's a difference between the two. I gave you intelligence is different. But I am the intelligence. I gave you food is different. I am the food is different. And that's what our children need to be told. It's not mummy is giving the food. She brought raw material, cooked it in the kitchen and she is giving it over there. If it's mummy's, okay. Mummy's also, they shouldn't say no. So Bhagavan is not saying I gave you food. He says I am the food in front of you in your table. 15th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. How can we say no to Bhagavan? Gurudev used to say, never push the plate of food away from you. Because Narayana has come to you not in his Vishwarupa Darshana, but in very personal form, private. He has come to cater to you and to give you energy in the form of food. So all the food that is there in our plate, whatever it be, idli or dosa or khichdi or whatever it is Narayana in another form. Never push the plate away. Because even dane, they say, in every grain of rice, our name will be written. So if today in our prarabdha food is not there, it won't come to us. If in today's prarabdha food is there for us, it will come to us. Even if we have not cooked in the kitchen, it will come to us. Bhagavan takes care of all those things. How beautifully he manages everything. CEO of the whole world, all the worlds. So therefore he used to say, when food is there in front of you, in your plate, that little food quantity, small quantities which is there in our plate, not in the vessel. He says it's Narayana who has come to you to nurture you and nourish you. If you push the plate away, you are pushing Narayana away from you. So he used to say, teach the children never to push the plate away, but always it should be acceptance over there. So the bahuśirā. So every part of Bhagavan. So we can extend it like I said. So bahuśirā, babhrurviśvayōniḥ. We've already gone through the babhrurviśvayōniḥ means one who is the Lord of all the worlds. We've gone through Ishvara, Sureshvara. Many names had already come earlier. The same meaning, different word over here. Shades are different, that's all. Word is different, but the essential meaning is the same. Babhrurviśvayōniḥ means one who rules over the entire world. Kartum makartum anyata kartum shakya. Anything he can do. He can bring the clouds together. Immediately pouring, it can be. Oh, we feel it's going to rain. Look at the dark clouds outside. He can just disperse them and make the sunshine over there. How did it happen? Instantaneously it can happen. For us, nothing we can do like that. It's not in our power. Then for whom it is possible for the Lord. So babhrurviśvayōniḥ means lordliness over there. Yes, Lord of all lords. The CEO of all the worlds, babhrurviśvayōniḥ. Vishvayōniḥ, again we have gone through it. Vishwa means world, the dynamic, sentient world of things and beings outside of us and our inner world also. Thoughts, desires, values, ideologies, they are all alive in us. The thought is alive, therefore we are conscious of it. There is no dead thought in us. So Vishwa means dynamic, sentient world, inner world and outer world. Yoni means womb. Womb means cause. So we've gone through again Prajapati Bhava, Sarvadihi, Bhutadihi. Different words indicating the same meaning. So Vishvayōniḥ means he is the womb of all Vishwa. He is the cause, the uncaused cause for everything. For the entire, all the 14 worlds. Outside what we can see, gross worlds and our inner world also. We should never restrict it only to outer world. We have a huge inner world. In fact, our inner world is bigger than the outer world. Because sitting over here, outer world, body has to travel somewhere. But sitting inside, in our inner world, from here, we can move to wherever we want, any part of the world. So our inner world is more huge, larger it is. Who is the cause of it? Who looks after it? Who maintains it? Bhagavan looks after it. Vishvayōniḥ. śuchiśravāḥ. Shuchi we know means, Shuchi stands for pure. Shuchi stands for beautiful. All that is noble, good, pleasant. That is what Shuchi stands for. Cleanliness. Shrava, our ear. Śuchiśravāḥ means, the word meaning will be one who has got beautiful ears. Every part of him, we've already seen beautiful eyes, we finished, now beautiful ears. But beyond that, ears may be there, but the power of audition must be there. That presiding deity must be there in our ears, because of which we are able to hear. There are people who are deaf, they can't hear, but they have ears. Physically, the structure is there. Looking at them, we will never know that they are deaf. But they can't hear. Why? The seat of power there is vacant. So therefore, all these meaning. One is he has got beautiful ears. One represents the power of audition in each and every one of us, because of which we are able to hear. Another meaning is śuchiśravāḥ, means when his glories, his kirtans, his beautiful stories reach our ear, what will it do to us? Will it help us? Will it uplift us? Or will it make us go down? śuchiśravāḥ, punya shravana kirtana we say. One whose glories, if we keep on hearing again and again and again, with the help of the ear, shravana, shuchi will happen to us. Good will happen to us. Our mind will become peaceful, calm, tranquil, composure will come in. Spiritually, we will be slowly able to evolve. That is why they always shravana. Hear the Lord's glories. Read the Lord's glories. Read about it. Hear about it. In satsang, discuss about it. And also he has got an ear for whatever. He hears through his ear whatever we ask of him. śuchiśravāḥ. He never ever says, I will not hear you. We may say that, I don't want to hear her. I don't want to even listen to her. Bhagavan's ears are not like that at all. Anything that we put across to him, it will reach his ear. He's got an ear to hear. He's got an ear, E-A-R, to hear, H-E-A-R. Hear whatever we ask of him. That's why Ganapati's ears are huge. Elephants. Big it is. Why? Because he has to hear all of us. So he hears. There is a kirtan also. I am reaching out to you. I am calling out to you. Hey Bhagavan, you did not hear me still. There are kirtans like that. Have you become so hard-hearted? Katina chittuni manaso karagadu. He become so hard-hearted. Who? Rama. His heart is not melting. After seeing me in pain. Who? Ramadas writes. Bhadrachala Ramdas. Because he has been put into prison. And he is talking to Sita. Mother Sita. Mamu brovamani cheppave, Sitamma talli, Mamu brovamani cheppave. Sita, Ma Sita, Janaki, will you please tell your husband to help me, to take me out of this difficulty? I have been talking to him and telling him, he doesn't seem to listen to me at all. It's a way of saying, he listens. This is called Ninda Stuti. I won't say it negative. It's called Ninda, means we are complaining about God. But even in that complaining about God, there is beauty. Our masters, who have musician saints, have used even this technique. It is called as Ninda Stuti. There is no praising there. There is no glorification over there. They are doing Nindana of Bhagavan. But that Ninda also, it's so beautiful. They choose to take the freedom to do Ninda of Bhagavan also. It's called Ninda Stuti. He's become so hard-hearted. At least can you put in a word over there? Kugidaru 𝐾𝐢𝐧𝐤. I'm shouting out to you. You can't hear. He can hear. A beautiful way of saying all these things. So, śuchiśravāḥ. Again in Kenopanishad, when Brahman is being described to us, that Brahman which can't be described, who can't be described, indescribable is being described. It says over there, Bhagavan, he is, who is Lord Parabrahma Brahman? He is the eye of the eye. He is the ear of the ear. He is the mind of the mind. So eye of the eye means we all have physical eyes. But he should be there as the power of vision. So that power of vision is called as the eye, capital E, eye of the eye. Ears we have, but we should have the power of audition in us. That power of audition is called ear, capital E, capital E-A-R, ear of the ear. So in that sense, śuchiśravāḥ. When we listen to his glorification, his kirtans, something good has to happen to us, whether we like it or not. Why? That's his nature. The moment his gunas, his beautiful attributes, his stories, the incidents around him and about him reach our ear, if we are able to listen to it, not hear it, listen to it, participate in it, definitely good has to happen to us. That is its nature. Śuchiśravāḥ, amṛtaḥ. Mrita means death. Death is not the death of the physical body. That's one aspect. Death means change. Yesterday died, today was born. Morning died, afternoon was born. Afternoon died, evening is being born. Flower died, fruit is born. In that sense, Mrita. So Mrita stands for death. Mrita stands for change. So all change is represented by the word Mrita. Amrita is the opposite of Mrita. So Mrita means death. Amrita means deathlessness, the state of deathlessness. He is signified as Brahman over there. So if Mrita is change, Amrita stands for the state of changelessness. Why? There is no birth for him, there is no growth for him, there is no modification for him, there is no variation for him, there is no wear and tear for him, no decay, no disease, no death for him. So therefore, Bhagavan is represented as the state Amrtatvam, the state of immortality. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. May I be led from the realm of change to the realm of changelessness is Amrita. It's very beautiful over here. When I'll conclude with this. When Valmiki, before he became Valmiki, he was a hunter. So Narada came, and that story I'm cutting it short. So he says over there, he's realized he's become a transformed person. So now Narada Bhagavan, he's his guru, and he says, now you sit and do japa. Contemplate on the Lord. Mantra Diksha is given. What is the mantra? 2-lettered mantra is given. Ramanama is given to him. So he says, keep on chanting Rama, 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 Rama. Everything will become all right for you. He says, it's very difficult for me to say Rama, Rama and all that. I'm not educated. Alphabet, it's very difficult for me. He's a hunter. So Marna, he knows. To kill, he knows. That is his profession. You know Mara? Yes, I know Mara. You keep on saying Mara, 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 Mara. Is what Narada tells him. Narada is the guru of Valmiki. So he sits down there, keeps on saying Mara, 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 Mara. What is he saying over there? Change. Mara means death. Change, 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 change. Which means he was then in the realm of change. It became ulta. Mara, 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 Mara. If we go on saying, it will become Rama, Rama, Rama. From the realm of change, he moved to the realm of the changelessness. From Mara, state of Mara, he moved to the state of Rama. Or we can even add the word Na to it. Marana. Marana means death. We are all familiar with the word Marana, death, physical death. From the state of Marana, if you put it ulta, Mara, it will become Ramana. Ramana means what? To revel in. Revel in what? Revel in that state of immortality. That one small little word, Mrita or Amrita, we can talk about it so much. Hours and hours we can go on. So Bhagavan represents for us the state of immortality, beyond everything, space and time, cause and effect. No modification, no variation, no change, no increase, no decrease, no birth, no death. Therefore, in between stages also not there for him. So how to invoke him? Amrita. Amrita is not just some magic liquid which we are supposed to get in the heaven. It represents a state for us. Now we are all in the state of death only, though we are all alive. State of death means state of change. Mortal beings we are. From this mortal state, we must move to the immortal state. It is a state, a change from one state to another. One state of consciousness to another state of consciousness. It is a shift within us. We were in the 13th Sloka of the Vishnu Sahasranama. So in the 13th one, we had gone through Rudraha, Bahuśirā, Babhruh, śuchiśravāḥ and amṛtaḥ. So 119 namas are over. We had to do the 120th one now. So the 120th nama is śāśvatasthāṇurvarārōhō. Actually, there are two words, but they have been put together. We've already gone through the meaning of this, so we won't take more time. Śāśvata means permanent, eternal, never changing. Śāśvat, one that is always permanent. Sthānu had earlier come, I think in the second or the third shloka, I'm not very sure. Sthānu means that which is motionless, which never ever moves. In the 10th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Sthavarānam Himalayah. Amongst those which are motionless, which don't move, I am the Himalaya. So therefore it stands for that which never moves, means that which is permanent, eternal, changeless. So both of them put together, śāśvatasthāṇurvarārōhō, that which is ever permanent and which is permanent. A thing may be permanent, but it may be something which is movable. Therefore the word over there qualifying the permanency of the divine entity. Not only is Bhagavan or Brahman permanent, but he never ever moves. From where to where will he move? We can move from a place where we are now to a place where we are not. Where right now we are all, I'm sure, sitting on a chair. So we are not at the door, we are not in some other room. Therefore we can move from where we are to where we are not. We can't move within ourselves because we are pervading ourselves from the tip of our hair to the tip of our toe. Bhagavan, since he is all pervading, he Ishavasyamidam Jagat, Ishavasya Upanishad. See, he pervades and permeates everything and every being. He is there in the largest of things and he is there in the smallest of things. He is nearer than the nearest, he is farther than the farthest. He is heavier than the heaviest and he is lighter than the lightest. So contradictory, opposite qualities which normally don't suit anything or any being, but it suits the Lord. Very beautifully they align themselves over there. So since the Lord is all pervading, from where to where will he move? Because he is now, right now, here and there. In that sense, sthānu, śāśvatasthāṇu. We have already gone through it, so I am not taking more time on that. Varāroha. Aroha means to go up, to climb up. How much will we go up? That somewhere we have fixed up our goal in our life. Any goal it may be. It may be the highest goal or it may not be the highest goal. But there is a goal in our lives which is definitely somewhere higher up, because right now we have not yet reached it. So therefore Aroha means to go up, to climb up. In music we say Arohana, Avarohana. Going up, Sarigama Padani, and then coming down, Avarohana. Avatarana, coming down. Bhagavan comes down in the form of, with the name, with the form, with some qualities and some leela, pastimes around him. That is called as an avatar, coming down. So Aroha is there, Avaroha is there. Aroha means to go up. To go up means to reach the goal. What is the highest goal possible for us in our life? The state of mukti or moksha, enlightenment. So therefore Vara qualifies Aroha. So if Aroha represents the goal, Vara means the best. Guru Vara we say, the best of the teachers, the best of our gurus. So Vara always means auspicious, the best, glorious, the ultimate, the highest. So Vararoha, when we put them together, it means that ultimate highest goal, having reached which there is nothing more for us to pursue in our life. We have reached the maximum. When a student gets 100 marks, then there is nothing more for the child to get or the student to get. Even if she or he has answered more questions than required, They will only cancel it out and write their extra. The child has attempted extra, but the mark cannot be 101 or 120. We may have answered a paper for 120 marks, but we can get maximum 100. So therefore Varaharoha means the best destination, the ultimate destination, the most glorious destination, having reached which there is nothing more for us to do or to accomplish in our lives. 15th chapter, Krishna says, Yad gatva nanivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Having reached my dhama, dhama there doesn't mean a house over there or a city over there up above the clouds. It's a state that we reach within ourselves. So having reached that state, Yad gatva, having reached, nanivartante, there is no coming back at all. That is my state, is what the Lord says. What about all the other states? 8th chapter he tells us, Abrahma bhuvana lokaha punaravartino Arjuna. Hey Arjuna, from which any other state apart from my state, up to Satyaloka, up to Brahmaloka, by the punya that we have done, activities we do, we collect merit. Punya is there with us. Therefore, when we quit the physical body, according to the punya we have earned, we go to the various lokas, higher lokas. If we have done papa, sin, demerit, we go to the lower lokas. So there also there are various levels, subtle realms of experience for us, depending on what punya we have done. The highest is supposed to be Brahmaloka. So even if a person goes up to Brahmaloka, Bhagavan says, we have to come back. Why? Kshine punye martyalokam vishanti. Having exhausted all the punya that we had, we have to again come back over here into this realm of birth and death. So is there a destination for us, having reached which there is no coming back again? Bhagavan's state. Where is it? Not outside of us, but it is within ourselves. That is called Vararoha. Mahātapāḥ. Tapa means tapas. What is tapas? That English simple rendering is austerity. Anything that we undertake in our life for gaining something. So first of all, there has to be a willing and a wishing, sankalpa. Sankalpa means desire. Once a desire is there, then we have to plan for it. How to go about it. Desire for a goal, obviously. So then we plan out. So and then we put in our effort. Yatna, prayatna. We have to put in effort for it. All of that falls into the category of tapas. So fasting and tapas is at various levels. Physical tapas. 17th chapter Krishna talks about it. Sharira tapas he talks about. Mental tapas he talks about. Mental means mind and intellect. Intellect doesn't need any tapas, it's the mind that needs. And then he talks about vak tapas, speech. So how to go about physically, mentally, mind and intellect put together, inner equipment, and how to use our speech equipment, our vak, so that whatever comes out of us, gross or subtle, we can classify it as tapas. And again in the 7th chapter he says, tapaschasmi tapasvishu. So all of us who are practicing, a student not seeing the TV, not engaging in video games, not going here, not going there, but studying consistently, sincerely, putting in all the effort, concentration is there. Inspiration should be there. Motivation should be there. Fortitude, dhriti must be there. So many things. Lot of effort should be there. Prayatna. All of that a student puts in is tapas. Tapas doesn't only mean we doing tapas to gain the Lord, Bhagavad Darshan or Mukti, Moksha. It doesn't mean that only. To come for a satsang is tapas. Gurudev used to tell us. It's not easy, he used to say. 20,000 horses, he used to say. 20,000 horses cannot drag a person to a satsang, he used to say. 20,000 horses cannot drag a person to a satsang. So it's not easy for us. We can say, oh, I didn't have anything else, or I was interested, and then I engage myself in this satsang or in that satsang, whatever it be. Any satsangs, any scriptures it can be. It can be a bhajan or an event, a festive event in the temple or in a yatra kshetra. It can be anything. All are satsangs only. A satsang is a tapas. So therefore, normally we take credit for it. Oh, I attended these many satsangs. I attended these many Vishnu Sahasranama Parayana. I went here, I went there. Every Saturday I don't eat. I eat only one meal. That is also tapas. So we claim credit for it. We feel very nice. Of course we should feel. But then ego comes in over there. So to dissolve it away, Bhagavan says, tapas chasmi tapas vishu. What are you talking about tapas? I am the tapas in you. So whatever we undertake, starting from our willing and wishing onwards, that is why we say, Hari Chitta Satya, Nara Chitta Lavalesha Nadayadu. Lord, thy will be done, not mine, not mine. That itself is a tapas at the mind intellect level. A mere desiring for something is willing. It's not my wish, it's not my willing, it's your will. That's where Bhagavan says, I am the tapas in you. The very sankalpa and the very desire, I am in you. 7th chapter, Kamosmi Bharatarshava. What kama am I? Is the Lord. Because he says, I am desire. Then all our desires is he? No. Dharma aviruddho bhuteshu kamosmi, he says. I am that desire in you which is aligned to dharma, not disaligned with dharma. So all our desires which are aligned to adharma is ours. But all our desires which are aligned to dharma, not to adharma, that desire itself or the willing itself, that will itself is Hari Chitta and not Nara Chitta. That is also tapas. Whatever is the willing, we have to gain it in our lives. It has to come into our lives. Right now it is not there. So all the prayatna that we put in, so value system will come in. Bhagavan says all values that you have is me. So even there we can't go around saying these good qualities I have. So collars up, nose up in the air. She doesn't have these good qualities or he doesn't have these good qualities. Thank God we have the good qualities in us. Why? It's Bhagavan residing in us. He resides in everybody, including the bad. But in us, his expression is more because we are expressing good qualities. In the person who is expressing negativity, the veiling or the covering is more thick over there. So by the time the Lord in him is expressing, he is like the electricity. So if the electricity is being passed through a fused bulb, electricity being okay, but no light will come out. It will still be dark. That is what a negative person or a Rakshasa Vritti person stands for. So the willing and wishing is he, Sankalpa is he, Kama. Then when we undertake the activity to fulfill the will, the yatna. Yatna means striving forth. Prayatna, prakarshena yatna. To put forth all our effort. Their value system will come. Discipline will come. Consistency will come. And faith has to be there. Love or devotion towards the ideal or the goal that we want to reach, that should be there. So we have to be self-motivated, self-inspiring. If nobody is there around us to inspire us and motivate us, dhriti should be there, because challenges will be there, obstacles will be there, hurdles will be there. So we need enormous strength. Bhagavan says there also, balam balavatam I am the strength in the strong. Then is he Ravana's strength also? Is he the strength that Kamsa had, Hiranyakashipu had? He adds over there, I am the strength among the strong, but minus or devoid of raga and kama. Kama there means ego-oriented desires and attachment. Raga means attachment. Minus attachment, minus egocentric desires, the strength that we all generate within ourselves, or the strength that we express through our equipment, the body, the mind and the intellect, is nothing but Bhagavan himself. It is not even Lord's strength I am using. The strength itself is the Lord. So in that sense, Bhagavan says, I am mahātapāḥ. So tapaschasmi tapasvishu, he says over there. I am the tapas, I am the austerity in the austere. So any tapas that we undertake in our lives, we must understand it is Bhagavan functioning in us. So no I, no mind will come to us if this awareness is there in our lives.